I've lost my hair and I directly blame cybersecurity. If you look at my older videos, I had a nice little afro going on, but Goldilocks over here, it's a stressful job. Okay, hello and welcome to another video. In this video I'm going to be talking about some of the disadvantages of cybersecurity. I'm not trying to dissuade you from joining the industry, I just think it's important that you know what the disadvantages are so you have that information if you're planning to pursue a career in cybersecurity. Overall, I do think it's a great industry to be in. It's very rewarding, fulfilling and well paid, so don't let this dissuade you. But yeah, let's get into it. A lot of these points overlap, so yeah, my bad if I'm jumping around a bit. Firstly, you're buried in work. Honestly, it's such a busy and stressful industry to be in. There's always more you could be doing and you never really get to a point where you're completed. You're literally up to your eyeballs in work non-stop. It's very fast paced. A lot changes. There's a lot of learning to do, a lot of upskilling. It's continuous education to stay relevant. If you take a few years out or some time out, you can be completely out of the loop in what's going on. You have to really keep your finger on the pulse to be up to date with what's going on. So if you're not working, you're learning. If you're not learning, you're working. And even when a project or work's completed, the next one's lined up ready and there's stuff that could have been done better, there's lessons you could have learned. It's just one of those really busy jobs that just doesn't have an end point or an end goal, in my opinion. You know, you can always be more secure, so that can become quite stressful, which is another point I'll touch on. It is very stressful. A lot of things are at stake to get things right. You've got a lot of responsibility. Ultimately, you can get blamed if something goes wrong. You can put people at risk by losing their data. You can lose a company or organization a lot of money. It can cause a lot of legal issues if you don't get things right. That pressure can become very stressful. I've lost my hair and I directly blame cybersecurity. If you look at my older videos, I had a nice little afro going on, but Goldilocks over here, it's a stressful job. Okay, it gives you an idea of how stressful cybersecurity can be. So yeah, it's a very stressful job, high pressure environment. And I think that's just important to understand that if you're a person that doesn't handle stress very well, then cybersecurity is probably not the right role because it can be stressful. One other disadvantage is people don't understand the importance and prioritize security at all. You can work it with or for or consult or whatever with a lot of organizations and you'll get people across the board who aren't in the security or IT team and they just don't care. They don't see it as important. They don't value it. Often it's not generating revenue for the business. They see it as something that's just sucking the life force and energy out of the business and they don't understand why you're doing what you're doing. And there's a big communications barrier where you have to get people to see why things are important. You know, if a company's never been hacked or breached or whatever before, they're not gonna prioritize security unless they have other reasons to or they're smart and forward thinking. Often companies just don't care. So you'll be tasked with a project or involved in something and you just feel like an inconvenience all the time. You just feel like that annoying person. What I would say is a security role within a company, you don't really make friends within a company. You make a lot of enemies and people don't want to work with you because you're that annoying guy that comes with a lot of requirements that throws them off what they're supposed to be doing or what they think is important, and priorities aren't always aligned and cause a lot of issues. So yeah, that's one of the disadvantages, is you can just seem like that annoying person that's trying to pull things off course while really you're aligned with the business goals by keeping them secure and trying to help them do things more securely and trying to balance the security and inconvenience and business priorities. Finding that balance is very difficult for a lot of organizations, and when people don't see security as an important factor or thing they need to do, then it's a bit of a problem. Now, another huge issue within cybersecurity or disadvantage is that businesses prioritize profit over security, and this can be mentally draining because often companies will have practices or things going on that can have a very high security risk, and they don't necessarily understand how important that thing can be or how easy it is for something to go wrong or a hacker to get in, only because they're prioritizing profit. They might have stuff going on that's generating a lot of revenue, etc., etc. So everyone's focused on making making money as opposed to securing the organization to continue to make money. Now, there's a lot of balance with this, and there are even equations within like risk management where you're looking at how much money do you assign to protect something. You're not going to spend £50 to secure a £20 note. It just doesn't make sense. So it's getting that cost right with security and energy and investment right, or trying to get people to take security seriously and make the right investments in the right places. I think another disadvantage, and for a lot of people this is a big issue, but it's like you need to be continuously learning, and it's not one of those jobs that's just like 9 to 5, you finish, you're done. And you're constantly upskilling and learning and trying to learn more. I mean, maybe eventually after 20-30 years or whatever, you've got enough knowledge to just probably coast and just keep up with what's going on as opposed to learning something new. But I think it's one of those industries where it takes a very, very long time to get that full 360 skill base. You can pick something and just specialize in it, of course, and just focus on that, but then that limits your earning potential. But yeah, it's a continuous learning education. You need to be a lifelong learner within cybersecurity, and I think this applies to a lot of roles, especially if you're ambitious. You know, you can always learn more and be better, and you could expand that scope to not include only security skills but communication skills and written skills and everything else you can continuously become better at too. But just within the security knowledge, there's just so much to learn, and there's always more you can be doing. So it's important to understand that that is or can be a disadvantage if that's not you. There's a lot of professions that you kind of learn a certain skill and you coast with that skill and you just use that and that's it really. But security is like not nowhere near that. You continuously gonna learn and keep up to date with what's going on, and things are changing all the time. And yeah, so yeah, those are the major disadvantages I believe exist within cybersecurity. Maybe in a few years I'll disagree or have new disadvantages that I haven't seen so far in my career. But yeah, so if you want to get into cybersecurity, be prepared to be buried in work, stressed out, you're never secure enough, you can always do more. Businesses will always prioritize profit over security. A lot of things at stake to get things right. You're always going to be learning, studying and reading and upskilling, and you'll always be that annoying guy at a company trying to get everyone to understand how important security is. If that sounds like it's for you, then join that industry. But yeah, anyway, if you like this video, please like. Interested to hear your thoughts, drop a comment below. Please subscribe to the channel to learn more about cybersecurity. Over and out. I'll see you in the next one.